Here's an interesting question that came in on my email address. UFO guy, GUI, UFO guy 51 at yahoo.com. No, I don't believe in UFOs and aliens anymore. Anyways, where were you during the OJ trial and the Bronco chase? And the person didn't really leave their name, just their email address. I don't think it really matters. They're going to know who they are. So I was in Mr. Skoma's 9th grade earth science class, and he got a phone call. He got a phone call on the, obviously it was a landline. It was 90s in the room. First floor, street side, near the parking lot on Lincoln Avenue, Lockport, New York. He goes, I'll grab it. He goes and grabs the television, wheels it into the fucking room, and we turn it on, and I believe it was the Bronco chase with, O.J. Simpson in the car. Blah, 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 blah. Where was I during the trial? I don't really remember, but I mean, I was in 9th or 10th grade, and I absolutely think the jury got it wrong, because he murdered that woman and that young man. I kind of feel like there was a lot of shit going on with the LA riots, had just, done their thing a little bit before that. I don't know if he bought or tampered with the jury, but I don't know how they got it wrong, but they did. He's a real piece of work. I was so happy that he went to jail for that robbery in Las Vegas and got to sleep every night on a metal bed, and now he is, like we all will, he answered to God, and he's probably burning in hell. I don't know, people fall for his charisma and his bullshit and his aura and all that shit. I mean, he's a fucking killer, you know what I mean? I don't think anything really highly of him. He's a con artist, let's not forget he murdered a woman. Not only that, he was a woman beater, which there's nothing other than a pedophile or an animal abuser is a guy that beats up women, you know what I mean? And he's a piece of shit, he took a, who are you to take anybody, in the 10 Commandments say thou shalt not kill, He was very fucking psychopathic and narcissistic and all of that shit, and he couldn't let her go. He was always spying on her, looking in the windows and shit after he, no one could have her other than him, but he could have other girls. He's just a piece of shit, don't forget that he murdered a woman, okay? Not only did he murder a woman, it wasn't like he drugged her and she died or something. He fucking cut her head off pretty much, He took a mom away from her kids for the rest of their natural life here on Earth, There's nothing fucking cool. There's nothing conspiratorial about it. O.J. Simpson is a fucking murderer. That's all there is to it. I've been through it 1,000 times. About a month ago, I was watching just listening to some podcasts and going, oh yeah, and stuff that they didn't hear. And I was like, listen, man, there was just so much craziness that, with him, he cut his finger, he couldn't explain that, he was rushing real late to get to LAX, he wasn't answering the door for the limo driver, who else would have did it? You know what I mean? Like, in the end, who else hated her that bad You know, knives are crimes of passion. They're up close and personal. If she had been shot or something, this was a betrayal, very angry, emotional killing. You know what I mean? And the decapitation, pretty much. You know, and I kind of feel like the young kid, Ron Goldman, gave him a pretty, you know, fair tussle. When somebody's got a knife, man, it ain't, you know, obvious, and somebody that's in, you know, he's decent shape for his age, you know what I mean? You know, just the things that he did, I'll say, like the Bronco chase, the phone calls that were taped that are public knowledge, the book, If I Did It. Why would you even say that to somebody? You know what I mean? The last thing I would ever say, just so derogatory. Never once, when the cops were at the house and stuff, was he going, well, where are my kids? You know, oh, something happened to Nicole. Well, are my kids all right? Well, he knew he was the killer. He didn't. The kids weren't in any danger. You know, he had told her he would kill her before. She had said, if anything ever happens to me, he killed me. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't think he's even worth the 6 minutes and 30 seconds this video is. He's in hell. He's where he belongs. And, you know, I don't know why people are so taken with him. Even black people know he's guilty. You know what I mean? And when black people go, hey, man, one of our own, you know what I mean? You know, he's just, I don't know. I don't even know how he made the amount of money he made, because he wasn't that much of a, like, figure that you were like, oh, you know, like you had to love him. You know, he played for my Buffalo Bills, graduated from USC. You know, it would have been a great story. It just was never enough for him, you know what I mean? Like, these guys, you know, he ripped her pants fucking clear off that it made, like, he ripped her pants on their first date, like, ripped them enough that she had to hold them up when she came into her house that she was with that she had with a roommate. You know what I mean? And it's sad, you know. They, you know, it was a toxic fucking relationship, and you know, nobody, you know, whether she was hoeing around and all of that shit is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Because you know, he came in the restaurants and said, she's still my wife. And it's like, not really, dude. Because if you were any kind of husband, she wouldn't be out fucking dating. You know what I mean? Like you are.